This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, Ikon agents. In this training, I will be showing you how to send for signature an exclusive right to represent a buyer and an exclusive right to list or sell a property. If you are the listing agent and you're getting ready to create the listing agreement, you should have already created the transaction. If you are a buyer's agent, you still have to create a transaction. You just must use your client's name as a transaction name because you need a transaction to put information into. Once you get a ratified contract or are going ready to show properties, that is when you will change the name of the transaction for that particular transaction. So let's get started. We're going to go over here to the left-hand side after you've logged into your Remind and Docs Plus and click My Transactions. Find the property that, if you're the listing side, find the property. If you're the buying side, you're going to find your client's name. Or if you already know it, the transaction, the address you're going to show your buyer, you've already created it, that's fine as well. We're going to start with the exclusive right to sell listing agreement. A lot of the times, the broker's name may not populate at the bottom. And if this happens, I'm going to show you first how to ensure that his name populates at the bottom of every page with his initials and his signature. Remember, his name should be in your contacts with the Ikon email address. Here's the exclusive right to sell listing agreement. I am not going to go over this of how to complete a listing agreement, as we have another training video that shows you in full detail how to complete a listing agreement. But if you scroll down a little, you will see the seller and the broker, right? For me, it's already populated here, and the client. What this means is their emails are already attached. So actually, if I was done with this entire listing agreement, I could just send it for signature. Now remember, your client signs before the broker does. Any agreements that are sent to Ikon to be signed by the broker before your client does will be rejected. Your client must always sign first. They're the ones who need to agree to these terms or what is being presented to them about their property first. So if you do not see a broker signature, how do you assign it there? You must go up to People here at the top, Documents, People, Fields, and History. You're going to click on People. And here you will see the name of the listing agent, which would be yourself, the name of the listing broker, and the name of the seller. For me, he's already there. What you're going to do is you're going to click there and you're going to start typing Puneet's name. If you have him in your contacts already, as previously stated in other videos, then you will see him populate and you just click his name to add him and he's there. If you do not have him, you must still type his name out and then click his name when it pops up. And then go back into this same name that you clicked. You must click the pencil to see edit. And then you see this. Do not fill out broker name, license number, any of that. Make sure it says broker, and then this is where you put his email. So we're going to put his email. Now remember, all signatures have to go to ikonrealty.dmv@gmail.com. You're going to hit done. Okay, it's now there. We're going to hit back to document. Now remember, this has already been completed. We're going to imagine that this has been done. So now we need our client has already signed it. We're going to act as if he's already signed this. So now we need your broker to sign it. Do not click send. When you click send, it just shares the document and is unable to be signed. And then you may be sitting and waiting until you get an email from me saying that it is done incorrectly. Hit sign. Then you will see exclusive right to sell listing agreement that needs to be signed. And hit continue. Now, if your seller has not signed yet, and you need both parties to sign, then we're going to show you what to click. And if your client's initials do not populate at the bottom, you'll need to do the same thing like you did for the broker. You need to add their name to your contacts so to populate, or you can click it. Or you can type their name in and then add their address manually. What you're seeing here is just saying, I forgot to fill out these fields. So you may see that, and there may be fields that you did not need to fill out. You can just ignore those. It's just a reminder of what you didn't complete. So you're going to hit continue. Now you're going to see the two people that need to sign, the seller and the broker. Do not hit sign now for your clients or for the broker. Agents are not authorized to do so. You're going to hit send to sign, and it doesn't matter whose name you click. What this is showing you now, the two parties that need to sign and how many documents they need to sign. So what you're going to do is choose the seller first, then choose the broker. And as you see, the numbers show 1, 2, meaning Devin will sign first. Once Devin signs, the broker will receive the same email to sign. And then you hit send. And see, here's a perfect example. Because there's no email address for Devin, because Devin wasn't in the contacts, and I forgot to add one, I must add it, okay? So I can add it actually right here. Now there's an email. So now I can hit send. And that's just letting you know that you cannot send a document to the other side of the transaction, meaning your buying side, but you would not be doing that if you're creating a listing agreement anyway. Once it's been sent, it will take you back to the exclusive right to sell. You're done. You're just waiting for a broker signature. And then you will be able to go live in the MLS. If you do not get this document signed by the broker, your listing will be put as inactive by Ikon in the MLS. It is not lawful to have an active listing with no exclusive right to sell listing agreement signed by the broker. So now we're going to go to the buying side. So I'm just going to go back here. I'm still in my same transaction. Exclusive right to represent a buyer agreement. Now, remember, if you do not have a property yet, but you're getting this form signed first, you can use the client's name, but you will need to change the name to reflect the transaction name, the property address. Okay. Now, if you look at this, the reason it is blank is because I have not filled anything out. So forget that. This is for purposes only of the signatures. Because if you're to this part, you should have already completed everything. You just need to send it. So there's no buyer signature. There's no broker signature. Why is that? Because I do not have anything set up on this, or there may not be in my contacts. So I need to add them. So I'm going to go to people. And I'm going to add a buyer. Okay, so I'm going to use a buyer who's already in my contact. If you do not have one, you can still type their name will still pop up, and you're going to click it. But if you need to add the email address right here, you can. But now we're going to go to the supervising broker, and it should be Paneet. Make sure his name is spelled correctly. We're going to choose his name. But let me go back just to double check that the email is actually there. It is. Remember, you're never to fill out brokerage name and real estate license number or anything else. So now I can click back to document, because my exclusive right to represent my buyer is now ready for signature. It's been completed and filled out. So we must wait for this to load. Sometimes it can be a little slow, but that's out of the hands of us. As soon as we get back, there we go. All right. So now let's check to make sure that those signatures are there. And as you see, the name populated here, and that's fine because I didn't have anything set up. Like I said, this is training purposes only. But if you already completed this as normal, then you would have this information in here. So we're going to scroll, and now you see the buyer, the broker. Time to sign. Same thing. Actually, one second. One second. Let's see what I just did. It just did a send. Okay. Now, if that happens, you can send, but you should always hit sign first. The reason why it does that for me is because I'm in the transaction doing two different things within the same transaction, which is something that you would never do. You're still going to hit sign, and you're still going to hit send to sign, and you're still going to choose your client first and then the broker, and you're still going to hit send and hit close. It's the same process no matter what. No matter how you send a signature, whether it's to a broker or to your client, you must always hit sign. Okay? If you hit send, it will not happen the right way. I'm an admin, so it works a little different for me. But if you don't see the sign button populate, you can always come back into your transaction like this and choose that one document and then hit sign. So there's two ways to go about it, right? But that is how you send broker signatures. I hope this helped everyone. There will be more videos coming, and I hope you guys continue to do a great job. If you have any questions, just let me know.